Hi, I just wanted to read you a short little part of chapter 4, Truth, in my book, Pushing Back the Darkness. On March 27th, 1996, Andrew turned 3, and we threw him a birthday party. It was a horrible day. He was miserable. His skin was tighter than ever, and he seemed to have trouble opening his mouth. He was so stiff, he had difficulty moving at all. The kids who attended the party knew things were not right and tried to get Andrew to smile. I kept thinking, we're having Andrew's last birthday party. It was so hard to keep it all together. After everyone left, I just burst into tears. David was worried too, but I think he was also concerned about me. I didn't realize it at the time, but looking back, I'm sure I was severely depressed and had been for several months. David gave me a hug and told me to go get some sleep. I woke up early the next morning wheezing. I was diagnosed with asthma as a young child, but had not had an attack in years. Long story short, I ended up in the emergency room. After they stabilized me, I was finally alone in the room with my own thoughts. I realized that even if Andrew died, it wouldn't be as painful as going through this broken world without God. I immediately prayed, Lord, I am so sorry I've been ignoring you. Please forgive me. It's just so hard to watch my son suffer. It was not an audible voice, but I sensed God saying, I know. I watched my son suffer and I could have saved him, but I didn't because I love you as much as I love my son. I lay there overwhelmed by the incredible truth that God loved me as much as he loved his own son. That truth pierced my heart and changed everything. I had always known God loved me and sent his son to die for me, but I never grasped how difficult it must have been for God to watch Jesus suffer, knowing he could stop it until my own son was suffering. Now I felt it. I began to grasp that God understood every bit of what I was going through. It felt so good to embrace my God again. I stayed in the hospital for a couple of days for observation and to have a few tests run to make sure the asthma attack did not affect my heart or other organs. I was okay, but the anxiety of feeling like Andrew was slipping away from us continued to weigh heavy on my heart. I did not sleep at all while in the hospital. Once home, I talked with my doctor about my insomnia and the anxiety I was feeling. He prescribed a low dose of anti-anxiety medicine for me. It made such a big difference. I only stayed on it a few weeks, but it helped me to get some sleep and think more clearly. It is not shameful to look for help from doctors for our mental struggles or for physical healing. Some people think that they must rely entirely on prayer. Jesus never said that. It is nowhere in the Bible. I definitely suggest praying for healing for both physical and mental struggles, but often God works through doctors and medicine. I was finally free from the bondage of the lies Satan told me, that the closer I get to God, the more bad things happen. I began this chapter with John 8:32, and you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. The truth of knowing how great God's love is for me and everyone, and that he understands suffering, not only set me free from Satan's lie, but it helped give me hope again. I hope you enjoyed this short reading. The paperback will be available this Sunday, September 15th on Amazon. And again, thank you so much for all the love and support you all have shown me.